Now for questions. Are there any questions? No, I don't think anybody is. See, my Guruji used to say, after a talk, if there are no questions, that means two things. One is everybody has understood everything that you have said, or nobody has understood anything that you have said. So only in these two circumstances, there will be no questions. So let us see whether there are any questions. Oh, I see something. I have to go to the chat box. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ishwara, sorry. What is that? Swamiji says, accept everything Ishwara Prasadam. Although we go through it like huge loss of money and everything of people relationship, we go through a lot of difficulty. It is people, it is emotional, one can handle it differently. If it is money, in a huge way. So it looks more like a statement, which is a very true statement. Yes, we all go through a lot of difficulties in life, and that's why spiritual pursuit is a different pursuit. If you go into the reasons why we have all these difficulties and all, that's a separate subject matter for another talk, why we have this difficulty, because we have a very wrong misconception about what we are. That is what is the basic problem. Our problem is of misunderstanding what I am. If you understand what I am, that if you understand, if I go a step further, if you understand that I am taking myself to be this body, mind, sense complex now, but that is not what I am. That belongs to me, but that is not what I am. And if you understand what you are actually, all these difficulties also will be there, but you will distance yourself. Because if you see these difficulties are all happening at what level? At the body level, at the mental level, and at the sense level, sensory levels. If you distance yourself away, then there is no problem. I mean, for example, it's a good example again. Suppose there is something, some person who is not known to you, who doesn't know, you are not known to him, he is undergoing some difficulty. You hear about it from somebody. Will you have the same feeling for that person as compared to a person who is very close to you undergoing that same difficulty? You will not. A person who is very close to you, you will feel more empathy towards him, or you will want to help him out in solving his difficulty rather than some unknown person. Why does that happen? Because you have distanced yourself from the other person who is not known to you. You are close to the other person, and that is why this problem, this difficulty, you own it up. Similarly, if you distance yourself from your body, mind, sense complex, and mind you, this is all very easily said and done. This is what distancing yourself from, this is what is the ultimate moksha pursuit, which is like, doing a PhD in Harvard rather. We are right now only in some middle school level, even in this talk. So, this we have to understand. But if you are interested in that, you will have to start moving towards this. Choose spirituality as your goal in life and move towards that. Oh my God, the screen has vanished. The problem with, you all can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, because problem is I'm using, as I told you, my wife's computer.
No, we can hear you.
Okay, one second, Zoom, and oh my God, where is it? Return to meeting. Okay, yeah, now I got it. So now, what is the other question?
There's, shall I read it out to you?
Yeah, you can read out.
Acharya ji, please cite some benefits in the gunas of a person by practicing silence.
The benefit that you get practicing this silence, this maunam, is you train your mind to become calm and composed. If you look at it, all our difficulties start with agitation in the mind, isn't it? Because when you come to spirituality, you will have to analyze each and every small aspects. It starts from certain desires, some karma. When that desire or expectation is not fulfilled, your mind gets agitated. And this agitated mind leads you to all sorts of troubles, even talking to your spouse in a very, very rough way and creating further problems, because that spouse is also not going to keep quiet. Your talk has created agitation in the spouse's mind. So the spouse also will give you two things back rather. So this agitation in the mind, if you understand, is the basic problem why we face all problems in life. You have to gain control over your mind. As of today, we allow the mind to go run amok. Whatever mind tells us to do, we just follow it as if we are the slaves of the mind. In spirituality, you learn to gain control over, I wouldn't even use the word control, I would say manage your mind, direct your mind where it should go. And for that, first of all, the slate has to become clean. With all the rubbish which is there in your mind, you have to clean it up. And then you can say, I will now direct my mind, do this, don't do that. And what is the process? Silence is the process. You have to, because mind is a, it is what they say is, mind is it's like a pendulum, it goes on swinging here and there. It is never at ease. Even when you are going to sleep, you have switched off the light and closed your eyes, your mind is still working, right? It is thinking about so many things and all, something's good, something's bad, and then it gets agitated, because of which you lose your sleep also. You don't get sleep that easily if your mind is agitated. So first of all, in spirituality, you have to learn to actually calm down your mind, tell your mind not to be judgmental, not to think about. In fact, you cannot actually prevent the mind from its natural process of thinking, but you can divert its attention to things and not allow it to become judgmental about it. So the eyes will see some beautiful flower, it will register in the mind, that's it. You will not even think it's a beautiful flower. You'll say, oh, I am seeing a flower, I am seeing a tree, I am seeing a cloud, I am seeing rain. That's all. So you allow, this has to be trained. I mean, mind is very difficult. In Tamil it says, Manam oru kurangai. The mind is like a monkey. It will start jumping from one tree to another, in flash of a second, it will go to totally different thing. So this maunam, you have to practice it deliberately. And the whole purpose of this maunam is to calm your mind, have a composed mind. And not only maunam, even, this yogasanas, we have got this dharana, dhyanam and all that, all are meant for this one. In Shastras, there is a lot of emphasis on managing your mind, direct your mind. That is what will take you in the, ahead in the spiritual path. I hope I have answered the question.
There's another question on somebody wants you to elaborate more on dana.
Yeah. See, as I told you, the first step in dhanam is not what you possess, but what you think you are. If you think that you are a fulfilled person, that you have got enough, then whatever I have, I can, extra that I feel I have, I can share it with others. This is the first attitudinal change that we have to bring about. And the second attitudinal change we have to bring about in dana is, I am doing this not for my own sake, I am doing this for the sake of the other person who requires this help from me. It need not, as I told you, necessarily be money or any material dana. If somebody is not able to pay a tuition fee and take some tuitions, if you know the subject, go to that person or call that person, you tell him, I will teach you free. I will spend 1 hour every day for you. I will teach your subject so that you get good marks. That is a dana, vidya dana. Similarly, you have got lot of money, everything is there. There's so many poor people. Temples are there, they hold festivals and things like that and all. You sponsor the food on a particular day for say 1 lakh people, because some big temple festivals and all, lakhs of people attend those things. So you sponsor. That is what annadana you give. And in fact, there is a beautiful concept which we all don't practice at all these days. It's all gone away in our culture. It's a Atiti Devo Bhava. Atiti is a person who comes to you without being invited. Right? And this Atiti we consider him as actually the God himself coming to our house. Now, what does the Shastra say? In olden days, during the Vedic times, people will cook their food. Then the Yajamana, the person who is the owner of the house, he will go out of the house, search for somebody who wants, who is passing by, or who doesn't have food. He will invite that person as a guest, give him food first, make him comfortable, give him food.
Ganpati ji, 1 minute. Can't hear you. You've gone on.
Now, okay?
Yes, now. Yeah.
So this beautiful concept and all, we don't do at all. In fact, somebody tells us that we want to come to your house for dinner, we actually have a problem. Rather, we say, oh my God, this fellow has offered himself to come for dinner. What I am going to cook? That is the, challenge that we face these days, rather. So these are all concepts. So dana means that first of all, you must feel full yourself. I don't need this. And if you actually look around in your own house, if you have not used anything for a period of 6 months, guaranteed you will never use it in your life. That is actually an extra thing which is occupying space in your house. You can give it away, right? So, but we have this whole problem. We go on accumulating. So the moment you start feeling I am full, I can give, that is the starting point for dana. If there is any specific question that you want to ask about dana, I'll be happy to answer. But generally, I have told you what this dana is.
Okay. One other question. Yeah. Can you see that?
No, actually, yeah, I'm finding it little difficult to scroll here, but you can read it out.
I'll read it out to you.
Yeah.
So it's a question which says detachment and responsibility. How can they lead and mislead?
Yeah, it's a very good question. In fact, this is a very big problem. Many people who are in family life, they find it that how can I be detached when I've got all these responsibilities, right? Now, let us imagine you want to seriously pursue the spiritual path, right? Let us take the example of a cricketer who wants to go into a test team, or a person who wants to compete in the Olympic Games. Let us take that example. Because I feel that this spiritual journey is no less, and the accomplishment that you get is no less than what their accomplishments are from their own point of view. Now, what these people do, are they doing everything as usual and then they also want to pursue this goal of being in the Olympics? No. If you see their lives, for a period of time, they will detach themselves, they will totally devote themselves for their pursuit. And once they are confident that I have reached that level where I don't face the risk of slipping back, then they will come back into the family. And it is possible with these days, your family responsibilities can be taken care of even when you are not with your family. It's a little difficult thing because you may be able to do that, family members may not accept it. But if you enlist the cooperation of your family members, it will not be difficult. They will be cooperative. They will not depend upon you for each and every small things. And if they appreciate that you are in the spiritual path, this is what you want to achieve for your own self, in fact, they will become much more accommodative towards all your requirements. And I am not saying all these things theoretically. I am telling you from my very practical experience, because I have also got 2 children. I got a wonderful wife, very nice wife. I have got also relatives and all, but still I could manage to be away from the family for 3.5 years to pursue this full-time Vedanta course in an ashram, living there full-time. It was a residential course. Of course, occasionally I used to come and visit the family and all that on occasions, some Diwali is there, 2 days you come and go and all that. So, and then these days, cell phones are there. You can be in touch with the family. they can see you on Skype, you can also talk to them, and also all those infrastructure is there. So we have to plan a way. I mean, like everything you can achieve through proper planning. As they say, 80% is planning, only 20% is implementation. So every individual have got individual issues. I cannot say that my issues are the same as your issues. So you will have to sit down and find out what are your problems, what could be the challenges, and how you are going to manage those challenges if you really want to go into this pursuit. Then things will become easy, and you will have to, as I said, enlist the cooperation of your family. Without the family's cooperation, nothing can be achieved. They are very important. We must not lose sight of our responsibility towards the family. That is why many people, they don't have a family at all. Sannyasis, they straight away become sannyasis right from brahmacharya because they know that in future these problems will come. In fact, I went to my Swamiji and asked him that I want to take sannyasa, Swamiji. Can you give me sannyasa diksha? You know what he said? Ask your wife to come and talk to me. If she permits, I will give you sannyasa diksha. So even Swamijis will not allow you to run away from your family on the pretext of spirituality and all that. So family is important, but I feel that with some amount of planning and thinking over it, enlisting the cooperation, it is achievable. You can set out. Maybe your pace may be slow in the initial stages. That may be there, but you have to start off somewhere. So you start it off. Take small steps, but firm steps. That's what I would advise.
All right. So we have there are many, thank you. There are many thank yous for you from many
I'm thankful to everybody
for explaining the prerequisites for being spiritual, and they like that very much. There's a very special message from Krishna Panji, and he says the 3 important takeaways from your talk for me are: 1, understanding does not mean validating. 2, be a contributor and not only a consumer.
Yeah.
And the 3rd is observe and absorb. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. And in fact, to Krishna Paniji, one last word. All these things are not mine. They are from my Guru. These are all words, exact words of Swami Dayanand Saraswati. These are the teachings that we have received from him in terms of this. Thank you very much, all of you. It was really wonderful. And if there are any more questions and all, anybody wants, you can always get in touch with Binaji or Rtambhara, and we can do it over online by, through these messages. Or I don't know what is the methodology. We can do that. I'll be very happy to answer all the questions.
No, we can do that. We can have them, we've approached them through WhatsApp and email, so they can actually reply to us on those, through those same media, and you ask us the questions. But there is, Shiva says, these days we have loads of commitment and high gap in lifestyle of lower middle class and poor and upper middle class. There is a commitment to keep the family and provide for kids and future. Credits could not be avoided and makes people run, lost in a cycle. How can we possible distant our mind, body and commitments, credits?
I mean, I'm sure, you see, this question is asked by a lot of people. I asked them only one thing. Okay, let us take 24 hours of your time and let us divide it, what all you do in 24 hours. Is there a time you spend before the TV watching some news? Is there a time you spend before, some laptop browsing through all these, websites and things like that and all? Is there a time you spend on your WhatsApp to see what all messages that you are getting? Even if it is 15 minutes to half an hour in a day, take that time out and divert that time to this. I'm sure that, nobody can say that 24/7, I am totally absorbed with the family, I'm doing all these things and all. Sacrifices are required. This is not an easy pursuit. Let me not make it very simple. I can talk about this very simply, but it's a very, very difficult pursuit. Imagine that you are competing, you are preparing yourself to compete in the marathon in the Olympics. Go and study what those people do in terms of their mental capacity, in terms of their physical capacity, in terms of their attitudes, what in terms of developing that stamina, what all they do. In fact, this pursuit is no different from that. You will have to do all those things. But as I said, you have to think about it. You have to try. I mean, I am sure everybody will be able to get at least half an hour every day from some other unnecessary activities. That's why many things we take it as necessity. Watching TV is necessity. I have not watched TV for the last 7, 8 years. Rather, I've never gone near a TV. I have never felt that. I don't feel the need. When you have stayed without a TV for 3 years in an ashram, you don't then find that you need to sit before a TV and then, look at it. So like that, you will have to, everybody will have to design his own spiritual path. There can be general guidelines, but how exactly you go about it will have to be designed. If anybody wants any specific guidance or counseling, well, I'm available. I can sit with them, find out what all they do and tell them that this much time is extra you are wasting. Use it for this purpose. That's all. So, I mean, it all can be done. First of all, you must have, as they say, can do attitude. If it is there, you can do anything in your life. That is what I have learned rather. The most important, that's a can-do attitude is the management jargon. When I was in Standard Chartered Bank, in all our seminars, this is what was important. Can-do attitude. Never come out with a problem why it can't be done. Give a solution how it can be done. So that is what is important. If you have the can-do attitude, you can achieve anything in life, including moksha is not away from you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Our Praveen ji from Rtambhara says, immense thanks to you, Acharya ji, for the lucid ways you explained this important topic. And I think that sums it up very nicely.
Yeah.
A lot of other people who have said wonderful session, enriching session. So thank you so much for spending time with us today. And we look forward to having you.
I must actually thank you for giving me this opportunity.
We look forward to having you again for some other session.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Hariyo. And I just want to tell everybody that's listening in that next week we have Krishnapani K.C. Raju talking to us, and he's going to be discussing this very interesting topic of knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge versus wisdom, or what? He's going to come up with the questions, with the answers to that. And thank you so much, everybody, for your presence and participation today. And we look forward to your presence next week on 22nd May at 7 p.m. Thank you.